It's amazing how far people will travel to come to fish at Upper Red, but it's a great place.
Upper Red Lake is a popular destination for early season ice fishing, but going there does come with added risk.
It's actually the largest inland lake in Minnesota by surface area, but it's a really shallow lake. So Upper Red Lake only gets to be about 15 feet deep. And so what happens is the perimeter freezes first, which happens on all lakes, but it can get pretty thick before the middle of the lake even has ice. And so even though you have maybe 8 or 10 inches of ice around the perimeter, which sounds like enough ice to go walking out on, if the middle is still open water, the wind can shift directions and push an ice chunk out towards the middle of the lake.
This year has been especially dangerous for some areas of the lake. A large crack has been an issue for the south side of Upper Red Lake.
And when we get these warmer temperatures and south winds, then it pushes the crack apart. And then you'll get a north wind that comes and it will push it back together. And so it's just been back and forth.
Greater Minnesota Rentals has been the only private access closed since December 10th.
We've been open for 17 years, and Captain Dave, who runs the ship, he has never had to have a rescue situation out of our access. And he's very proud of that. Safety is always his number one priority for our anglers.
While that access has been closed, others have had issues.
So far, we've had a lot of rescues on Upper Red Lake that have been successful and people have all gotten off the lake safely, but it could really quickly turn to tragedy.
The Beltrami County Sheriff's Office issued a statement Saturday banning vehicles from accessing the lake.
I feel bad for the people on the east side, all the resort owners out there, because they've got great ice over there. They have no cracks, they have no issues, but you can't enforce an order on part of the lake.
With the ban on Upper Red Lake, anglers will be looking elsewhere. But are other lakes safe?
We don't really recommend taking out ATVs on hardly any of the lakes across the state right now. There are lakes that are okay to walk out on, but even those, people need to be very cautious because the lake conditions are variable right now. And so it might be 4 or 5 inches in one spot, and then you could find yourself on 2 inches in another spot.
The DNR would like to remind everyone that their ice safety guidelines are for good, clear ice.
White ice is, we say, double ice thickness recommendations because it's full of air bubbles and it's only, they say, about half as strong as clear ice. And then the third type of ice to look out for is honeycombed ice. So we have seen some of that honeycomb ice around the state right now because we've had the thawing that we normally see in the spring. So if there's honeycomb ice, which looks sort of gray, we recommend that people just stay off it altogether.